Hi, I'm Micah, and I have 108 days to lose 47.2 pounds. Today is August 14th, and I weighed in at 249.5 pounds. For lunch, I had skirt steak with a little bit of sauerkraut and fermented onions. I'm thinking about cutting out the fermented onions. I don't like the aftertaste, but I'll keep the sauerkraut for now. And for dinner, I had more skirt steak, sauerkraut, the onions, and 2 poached eggs. Today went really well. I stuck to my diet. I actually had 2 walks today. I walked in the morning, and then in the evening, I felt like going again. So I went out, got in the sun, maybe a little sunburnt because I was out walking over an hour today total. But it felt good. I ate healthily, had no cravings, no hunger in between, and really enjoyed my day. I want to talk today about something that happened before I actually started posting these videos. In fact, right before I started posting them, I had an interaction where I talked about wanting to post these videos, and somebody responded by saying, "Why would anybody want to watch that? Why would anybody be interested? And why don't you wait until you reach some milestone to start posting things about your diet?" But there's really 2 reasons that I decided to go ahead and do this. One is there was a time when I got really encouraged by a series of videos that someone had posted. And this was a guy who's older than me, and he was following a calorie restriction diet where he simply restricted his calories every day. So he was counting them, which I don't think I could ever do long term. But he was determined to do it. And the videos were pretty boring to me. They were showing him, fix his oatmeal and then go for a walk. And he would just talk as he's walking. But what I enjoyed about it was he showed his chart or his graph showing his weight every single day. And you got to see over time how sometimes he'd weigh more, sometimes less. He might have a weekend where he went off diet and gained weight, and then he would get right back on it. And he would always post a video recording his weight and how it was going. And so watching that gave me a definite feeling of what it actually takes to progress at something like this. And it's a daily effort, and you just have to stick with it, even if it's tough, even if you're failing. You get back up the next day and you start that day right and go from there. So I wanted to post these because so many times you see videos of, hey, I did it, I made it to my goal, but you don't often see something that shows their progress all along the way. They might show a before photo and an after photo, but you don't get to see all the in between. But it's a different thing when you get to go through and see it took 6 months. This person had to be consistent. And so it's someone saying, oh, it took me 180 days or 6 months or a year is not the same thing as looking through and seeing that it took them 180 individual days and that they had to be making the right choices over and over and over and persisting in that. And watching someone do it gave me a feeling of, oh, this is possible. This guy was just an ordinary guy, but it's possible to do it. You can make that choice every day. So that's the first reason that I decided to post these. The second reason is a little more selfish because it helps me to have someone to report to, even if that someone is kind of vague. Knowing that someone is watching these gives me a sense of responsibility to stick to the diet, get it right, and record everything accurately. That helps me to stay consistent because it's not just me doing it on my own where at any time I could blow it off because I'm in charge of my expectations of myself. But when I put it out and I put the time limit on it, it really helps me to stick with it. Part of it too is this series having 120 days and having it count down, I feel like helps me to continue it. It becomes very obvious that I have a definite goal, and if I were to stop, it would feel incomplete. I didn't get to 0. That's just my thoughts about that, and that's all I have for today. So have a good day, and I will make another video tomorrow. Thank you for watching.